Hey, so I just wanted to talk about something important, something that obviously happened. And I've been trying to record this for a while, but I've had microphone issues that I just can't seem to fix. But I just don't have the energy to put more time into it, Like, I just don't have the energy to figure it out because I just can't seem to figure it out. So I'm sorry if the microphone quality isn't great, but I just need to get this up. I really do just need to get this up. I need to talk about this and I just need to get this up. Anyways, Friday morning, February 24th, I woke up from a very bad dream, but it was typically like any other morning. It was about 7:15 a.m. and I needed to go to work. So I got out of bed. I made myself some toast with peanut butter and applesauce for breakfast. And I got my bike keys since I ride my bike to work. I put my keys in my bike and I ate my last slice of toast, got on my bike and left to go to work. I left at about 7:45 a.m. And then I turned left outside of our neighborhood onto the main road. And then I remember getting to the first red light. I remember stopping at the first red light. And then I don't really remember much past that. But I do remember crossing the entrance to the Circle K gas station. And as I'm riding across the entrance to Circle K, I vaguely remember seeing this van turn into the Circle K gas station in front of me. But this is a very vague memory, almost like a dream from 10 years ago, is how I describe it. In fact, looking back on it, I remember thinking that the van looked like an ice cream truck. But this van turned right in front of me, and like like a dream, I instantly thought, "Oh no, this is bad." And I tried to swerve left to avoid it. But as I got closer and closer to the van, everything around me seemed to just slow down, like slow motion. And again, I can't stress this enough how vague this memory is and how much it's like a dream. But you know that part of a dream where you're about to wake up and you know you're about to wake up, where something bad is about to happen and you're getting like closer and closer to this bad thing. And right before that bad thing happens, you wake up. That is exactly what this was like. Because as I got closer and closer to the van, I was trying to swerve left to get around it. As I approached the back end of the van, it got closer and closer. And as it got closer, my mind suddenly went, oh no, this is really bad. I'm not going to be able to avoid this. I'm not going to be able to dodge this van. And as soon as I realized that I was going to hit it, I got closer and closer, and then I don't remember hitting it at all. In fact, I don't remember anything after that. I completely blacked out right as, the van, almost like in slow motion, got closer and closer. I'm swerving to my left, trying to avoid it. The van is coming, and it's like very slow motion, like in a dream. And then suddenly I time jump. I don't I don't remember anything that happened in between, but the next thing I know is that, again, like a dream, I hear ambulance sounds and I am being pulled into an ambulance. And again, this is extremely vague. This is, it also feels like part of the dream where I'm being pulled into this ambulance. I hear ambulance sirens going off very loud, but also to me, it's like in the distant background. Well, you know how you remember a dream from a long time ago? That's what it was like. That's what the memory is like for me. I remember vaguely, like a dream, being pulled into this ambulance, and I wasn't able to move my head. And there was this guy talking to me. He told me he was my friend, and he kept talking to me, asking me questions, and trying to reassure me. But at the same time, I'm just kind of laying there, like, um, in like a half asleep state. Like I'm not even aware of what's going on really at all. I'm just vaguely talking to this guy. And then I start time jumping. I suddenly like skip forward in time to where I'm being wheeled into the hospital. I'm being wheeled into the hospital. I'm suddenly wearing a mask and I am being wheeled into the emergency room and into the trauma center. And suddenly I see this woman, this police woman, approach my uh, approach my bed. And in fact, I think I'm getting out of order here. That didn't happen yet. First, there was another woman, a nurse, who told me that she was going to inject me with something that's going to make my body feel really hot. And I think I said okay. And so then they told me that they were going to do a CAT scan. And again, I'm very drowsy. I'm not aware of what's really going on. The memories of all of this are extremely fuzzy now, and it's like a vague dream from years ago. So I'm being put into a CAT scan. I have this vague memory of the CAT scan, not even being aware of my surroundings, and just kind of staring into the little screen inside the CAT scan and just counting the little flashing dots that I see on the CAT scan. And then I come out of the CAT scan and I vaguely remember telling the doctor that there weren't any cats in there. My body felt very uncomfortable with how hot it was getting because whatever they injected me with made my body feel really hot. It was like having a hot flash every 5 seconds. It was very uncomfortable, very not fun. And I just remember my back hurting the whole time as as I was laying there on my back. And then the policewoman came in and she said that she was there at the accident and that she had gotten uh, a full report of what had happened. She told me somebody else had called my mom, somebody from the EMT. Um, she said my mom was on the way, and then she asked me for my email address so that she could email me a copy of the accident report. So then she left, and I lay there on the bed in a lot of pain. And then eventually my mom shows up at the hospital, and we had had a fight the night before. So, um, I apologized for that. And yeah, I thanked my mom for being there for me. But yeah, it was um, very painful laying there with my head the way it was and my back the way it was. I laid there for probably 2 more hours in very excruciating pain before the doctor came back and told me, I believe it was the neurosurgeon that came back and told me that I didn't need surgery. And it was really good news that I didn't need surgery. He told me that I have a fractured T6 on my spine, and I have a small concussion on the right side of my head. Plus, I had like a very bad scrape on my right leg from where I hit the pavement, as well as some other, bruises and cuts on my arms and such, like on my hand, for example, and yeah, some bruises on my knees as well. So the neurosurgeon told me that I was going to have to wear this brace for at least 2 more weeks, and I was going to be out of work for a while, and I'm not going to be able to go back to lifeguarding in April as soon as I want to. It's going to be probably about at least 3 months, perhaps, before I'm able to go back and do lifeguarding again. They deemed the driver who cut me off at fault in this accident, but I don't remember anything between crossing that red light, that first red light coming out of the neighborhood. I don't remember much anything after that red light, and between going past that light, that first light, and waking up in the hospital, being wheeled into the hospital, basically. It all just seemed like a very surreal but also vague dream. And there are some very vague memories in between, nothing that seemed recent, because the memory I have of approaching the van was all in slow motion, and it all seemed like a distant dream, a distant memory. Waking up in the ambulance, I mean, it didn't seem real. Like, it didn't seem like it was happening to me. It was like I was in a vague dream watching it happen to someone else. I was told in the hospital that uh, during the accident, I had given this lady named Margaret my phone to call my mom, and then she's the one who called my mom from my phone at about 8 o'clock in the morning. And I don't remember any of this. I don't remember talking to a woman named Margaret. I don't remember the scene. I don't remember the police showing up. I don't remember the ambulance arriving. I don't remember falling. I don't remember anything past seeing a van approaching me in slow motion and realizing that I can't dodge it. Realizing that I can't dodge it, thinking in my head, oh shoot, here we go again. Like, the type of thought that you'd think right before you know something bad is about to happen. I just had that thought in my head, seeing the back end of the van approaching me in slow motion, realizing I can't dodge it in time. I don't remember ever hitting it. I don't remember falling. I don't remember any of that. Just the vague memory of waking up, being pulled into the ambulance, time skipping into being wheeled into the hospital, and then becoming fully coherent in the hospital bed. So, yeah, that's what happened to me. It's given me, well, this back injury, of course, and I'm on pain medication 24 hours of the day, basically. Now I'm getting a lawyer to help um, to help make sure that my medical bills are going to be paid for by the one who's at fault. So the the person driving the van that cut me off and that caused this, uh, it, he was a part of a uh, he was a part of a company. So the company's insurance should be able to easily cover something like this. So yeah, I'm still learning about all the whole insurance stuff. I'm still learning about the whole lawyer stuff. But yeah, my parents are helping me get a lawyer. In fact, I've already gotten a lawyer. But yeah, we're going through all that process and my medical bills. With After the process is over, my medical bills should be paid for by the one who's at fault, and we'll see what happens from there. Um, but in the meantime, I'm going to be out of work for a long time, and I'm going to have, well, I'm going to have these pain pills to be taking on a regular basis to make sure that I'm not, in constant pain, because when I wake up in the morning, I'm usually in quite a lot of pain, and that's usually an indicator that I have to, take some of these pills. And yeah, the pills are actually very powerful. I'm actually quite impressed with how well they do for me, but they do leave me very sleepy most of the day. And yeah, I'm quite out of it for a lot of the day because of the pills. But yeah, it's also left me the whole accident, the whole ordeal. I'm just going to be completely honest. I thought I was going to die. I'm just going to be completely honest there. I thought I was going to die when I was being pulled into the ambulance. When I heard the ambulance sirens, when I realized that the ambulance sirens were for me and I couldn't move my head inside the ambulance, I really thought I was going to die. I really did. And I honestly feel like it could have been a lot worse. I feel like I really could have died during this accident on Friday, February 24th. So, I mean, I honestly feel lucky to be here right now. I feel lucky to be able to go back to work in a couple months. Um, Lifeguarding was supposed to start back up in April, like second week of April. That's when I was supposed to go back to being a lifeguard, but it's gonna take a bit more time than that, I'm sure now. But on March 10th through the 12th, that was when we were gonna go do lifeguard training again and get recertified. And I was training for this. Every other day, I was going to the pool and swimming laps, training for this, trying to build up my endurance, just trying to get ready for lifeguard recertification. And now I can't do that. So that's a real bummer for me. But honestly, with the way things went, with how I thought I was going to die, it's just it's all really helping me in a way. It's really helping me take a different attitude towards life this year, towards my work this year, towards, well, just having a better attitude, you know? I really want to make this year count more than any other year in my life. Like, I really, really want to go above and beyond this year as a lifeguard, especially, and just smile more, be more social, help other people. I just want to be better and have a better attitude. I want to have more fun, you know? Like, I just need to have more fun this year. So it would have been very unfortunate if I would have died in this accident and I just hadn't even been living, you know? Like, I haven't even really been living lately. So this year, especially when it starts warming up again, when I go back to being a lifeguard, I want to make this really, really count. I want to smile more. I want to be somebody that other people want to be around. I just want to be better as a person, you know? I want to go above and beyond more. I want to be somebody inspiring, somebody helpful, and somebody, I just want to be a good vibe, you know, around everybody. Everybody, especially at work, especially as a lifeguard this year. And it's just, if you have something you want to do, go ahead and do it. You know, like 2023 may be your last year. You never know when your last year will be. You never know when something random and crazy might happen to you. I mean, if you have something you want to do it. Don't put it off. It's just really teaching me a lot, you know? It's really teaching me a lot about the the value of life and how um, we really should be putting our all into our work, what we do, and just our attitude towards life. I think we all need to have a better attitude towards what we're going through and towards what we're doing on a daily basis. So, yeah, that's my story. That's what happened to me. That's what I'm going through right now. And yeah, I hope that one day I can get the memories back from what happened during the accident because obviously I don't remember 90% of it. Maybe one day I will remember what happened, but I don't know if that's going to ever happen or happen anytime soon. But I just needed to talk about this today. I just needed to get this up. I just needed to get this out. And I just wanted to, you know, speak my heart and mind on this and explain about what happened and what's been going on. So have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.